Hello and welcome to another review here on Watch On channel. So today in this review I'm going to tell you why a $1,400 Christopher Ward Worldtimer watch is a great value proposition if you're looking for a Worldtimer or GMT watch. So what we have here is a Christopher Ward C1 Grand Malvern Worldtimer watch. So this is a quite new release from the British watch brand, and they did some really interesting things with this automatic Worldtimer watch. They did release a Worldtimer watch some years ago, and if you remember, I did used to own that watch, but I sold it because it was simply too big, and as I also had the GMT Master from Rolex, I actually had my dual time watch, but it was a more dressy watch and it was a very fun watch because of the very fun complication with the ability to change between airports. And I think that Christopher Ward with this C1 Grand Malvern watch have actually gone in quite the same direction with a very fun watch with a very cool complication and just an overall high quality watch. So of course, as always, let's just have some dimensions. So this is not a small watch. This is 43.5 millimeters in diameter, including the crown. It's approximately 47. Thickness is approximately 12 millimeters, which is quite nice for a big watch. You get a 22 millimeter lock width, and from lock to lock, we are talking 51. So it is, in all honesty, not a small watch. So you can always talk about how big the watch is, but the thinness really has a big saying in how the watch wears on your wrist. So just a quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing another Christopher Ward watch. So this is the Christopher Ward C65 Trident Khaki. So this is a manually wound dive watch, which I did a review of. You can click the link up in the right corner and down in the description in this YouTube video, and then you can watch the full review of this great vintage inspired dive watch. So what do we have here? We have a highly complicated watch which is built in modules. This means that the base module is a Sellita movement, quite basic, but one of the better Sellita movements. But what Christopher Ward did, which is really interesting, is that they designed their own module to put on top of the Sellita movement. This makes it a Worldtimer watch with a very fun complication, which I'm going to show you just in a few minutes. So the Christopher Ward complication, they have named the caliber JJ03 module. So again, a module built on top of a basic three-hand movement. So you don't get a date function, but you get a really cool Worldtimer complication. And why not have a closer look at the dial? So what is going on here? Of course, minute, hour and second, very thin second hand. So on the outer part of the watch, of the dial here, we have all the different time zones. So Tokyo, Hong Kong, Bangkok, Moscow, Riyadh, Paris, we got Los Angeles, Hawaii, Auckland, Mexico, we get New York, Santiago, London, the Azores, a lot of places around the world, different time zones. And that's exactly what this watch is all about. It's tracking time zones. So what do we get on the inner part of the dial? Then we get this wheel with a 24-hour counter, and this is what you use to set the time to a second time zone. So you can either have your home time in the regular three-hand or your second time zone in the regular three-hand, and then your home time in with the wheel here. So let me just try to show you how you operate this interesting complicated watch. So everything is of course happening with the crown. You don't have any push pins or anything, which sometimes we see with Worldtimers. Everything is handled very easily with the crown. The last position, you set the time as you always want, as you can see. And then the 24-hour counter, it just follows you around. In the other position, what you're actually able to do is operate with 1 hour increments the inner wheel. So here you can set the second time zone. 1 hour at a time. And then you can actually highlight with this orange kind of searchlight, you can actually highlight a time zone or an airport you want to visit or you're going to. So you go the other way around with the crown. And in 1 hour increments, you change the searchlight. So of course you can't go back, because if you turn the crown the other way around, then you turn the inner wheel. So you have to go all the way around if you get 1 hour too far. And that is what is really, really funny with this watch. I really like the orange searchlight we have going on inside of the watch here. It's really fun complication. I'm not sure how useful it actually is. The most useful complication is definitely the inner rotating wheel here. So on the dial we have the blue and the white, so you have the day and the night. Then you have the world in the white, and the blue is of course all the water around the world. So very fun watch. The lume I'm not going to show you because it's quite a disappointment, but it's not the most important thing about this Worldtimer. But it's only the hour and the minute hand that's loomed. So looking at the case, we get a very nice polishing on the bezel on the top, and then we get a beautiful brushing on the sides. So look at the finishing on this case. It's absolutely remarkable. It's a beautiful, beautiful case. Of course, sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. The leather strap is a thick, dark blue leather strap from Christopher Ward. Hand stitch Cordovan strap. Christopher Ward. You get a deployant buckle with a push button release function. It's very easy to adjust to your size. You don't have to cut anything off. I left the plastic on this watch because it's only in from loan from Christopher Ward. I'm going to send this watch back. Of course, they didn't give me this watch, and I'm going to reveal the price just in a few seconds. And let's have a look at the movement, which is absolutely beautiful. So you get this Christopher Ward customary rotor, but look at the finishing on the movement, which you can see through the see-through case back, which is sapphire crystal. Here we go. So beautiful finishing on the movement, on this modular movement, a Celita and an in-house module made by Christopher Ward. Beautiful, beautiful movement. I believe the power reserve is approximately 42 hours with this watch, so it's not a very long power reserve, but definitely an okay power reserve. And of course a signed crown. So let me just push in the crown again, and then it starts running. So you don't rely on the water resistance of this watch. As you can see here, you only get 3 at ATM, so it's only 30 meters water resistant. This is definitely not a watch you want to have anywhere near water, but it will of course survive if you get a little bit of rain or water on the watch. Quick release on the leather strap. If you want to see the unboxing, my first impressions, you can click the link up in the right corner right now, or see the video afterwards. Just click on the link down in the description if you want to see the boxing, but it's very classic Christopher Ward. So what is the C1 Christopher Ward Grand Malvern line? So this is the highest level of Christopher Ward watches. And what I really want to tell you guys why I'm calling this a value proposition is because if you compare this watch to other watch brands, and when we look at other watch brands, Swiss-made watch brands like Christopher Ward, we really have to count in what are you getting. We have to count in the quality of the watch, the finishing, the movement. We have to count in how wearable it is, and I'm going to put it on my wrist just in a few seconds. And we also have to count in the overall value. What do you get for your money? So this watch is priced at 1,245 euros, which is approximately 1,400 US dollars. You can often get a discount of approximately 120 to 150 euros or $120. So you will actually pay approximately 1,300 US dollars for this Christopher Ward Worldtimer watch. That's a pretty nice price. So how can I say this is kind of a value proposition, an affordable Worldtimer watch? Well, this I can say because if you compare it to other relatable brands, and I'm not comparing it to Rolex or Patek Philippe or anything like that, or even Omega, I'm comparing it to brands like Oris, Heuer, Longines, Frederique Constant, and also other GMT watches, second time zone watches within the Christopher Ward line. So if we look at a GMT watch from Oris, so the Pro Pilot GMT watch, that's priced around $3,000 US. It has an in-house movement. This is only halfway an in-house movement, but still it's more than double the price of this Christopher Ward. Looking at the Tag Heuer GMT Pepsi, it's priced at around $2,700 US. So almost double the price of this, and if you get the discount, it's actually double the price of this Christopher Ward Worldtimer. Looking at the Longines Master GMT, it's priced at around $1,800 US. So still it's between $400 and $500 US more than this Christopher Ward watch. Looking at the Frederique Constant Worldtimer, that's actually priced between $3,400 and $4,400 US. So this is almost half or even a third of the Frederique Constant. So also looking at what Christopher Ward has within their own watch line. So they have the new Christopher Ward C65 Trident GMT. That's priced around $1,300 US. So that's priced approximately like this, but it's more a sporty watch and not a dress watch. So I'm comparing this watch to all the other watch brands, which I think are quite comparable to Christopher Ward, just to say that I think this is actually a value proposition. So is this watch going to keep its price if you buy it and in a year you want to sell it? Probably not. You will probably end up losing $300 or $400 US. Probably. I'm not sure, because this is not really on the secondary market yet, because it is a newer model from Christopher Ward. But still, you're getting a really cool watch. I really like the color combination. I like the slimness, and look how it wears. These 43.5 millimeters in diameter, how it wears on my 18 centimeter in circumference wrist. I can easily pull it off. So 51 millimeters from lock tip to lock tip, I can easily pull it off. This is probably not, if I'm going to be completely honest, a watch I would ever buy. So I'm definitely not too much into the more dressy Worldtimers. I would definitely go in the more sporty vein. And as I said before, I have the GMT Master from Rolex, which is a great dual time watch. But I could definitely consider the Christopher Ward C65 Trident GMT, because it is a more sporty option. But I have tried out a few Worldtimers and dress watches, and I think you get a great package with this watch if you're looking for a fun, a different, and a really cool, complicated Worldtimer watch. If you don't like this blue blackish leather strap, it comes on a brown and a light brown leather strap as well, so you can choose between leather straps. If you enjoyed this review, remember to give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Remember to subscribe to my channel. I'm really quickly getting on the 10,000 subscriber mark, which is a really big kind of milestone for me. So please remember to subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends, share my video, comment my video, like my videos, then I will get more subscribers. I hope you will help me. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll of course be back with many more reviews very soon. Bye.